Hello class, today we're going to talk about lesson 5-4, the slope formula. Our objectives are that we can find the slope by using the slope formula. So the slope of a line, it's just the ratio of the difference in the y values to the difference in the x values between any 2 points on a given line. We have a formula, so if we're given 2 points, we can call it x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. There are 2 different points on our line. Our formula for the slope is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if we use the points 2, -3, and 1, 4, they're 2 points on the line, then the slope of the line is found by going 4 take away -3 over 1 take away 2. Well, 4 take away -3 is just like 4 plus 3, so that's 7. And 1 take away 2 is -1. 7 over -1 is -7. Really, the important part of the slope formula isn't which point is first, which is second. It's that when you plug the numbers in, you need to make sure that whatever point you call x1, y1 always is being used as x1 and y1. So let's take those other 2 points that we were given in the example and let's flip everything. So let's have our y2 be -3 and our y1 be 4, so -3 minus 4 over x2 would be 2 this time minus x1 is 1. -3 take away 4 is -7. And 2 take away 1 is 1, which still gives us a slope of -7. Let's look at an example. Alright, so we're going to find the slope of a line that passes or contains the points 4, -2, and -1, 2. So what I do when I do these types of problems is first, let's rewrite the 2 ordered pairs we have. 4, -2, and -1, 2. I go and I write underneath each of those points x1, y1, x2, y2. So let's just use 4, -2 as our first point. So we'll call 4 x1 and we'll call -2 y1, which means we'll call -1 and the other point x2 and the 2 y2. So now let's look at the slope formula. Remember, the slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we're going to write this as m equals 2 minus -2 all over -1 minus 4. Well, 2 take away -2 is just like 2 plus 2, which is 4. And 1, or -1 take away 4 is -5. So our slope is -4/5. Let's look at another example. Alright, so we need to find the slope from graphs and tables. So let's first look at a graph. We have the graph of a line that goes through the points -2, -1, and 2, 2. So let's start by writing out our slope formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The change in the y's over the change in the x's. So let's just write out our 2 points. We have -2, -1, and we have 2, 2. So let's call -2, -1 our x1 and our y1. And then 2, 2 can be our x2, y2. So let's plug those into our formula. M is going to equal 2 take away negative 1 over 2 take away negative 2. Well, that's going to basically give us 2 plus 1 in the numerator over 2 plus 2 in the denominator. 2 plus 1 is 3, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So our slope is just 3 over 4, or 3/4. Let's look at another example where we have to look at this from a table. Alright, so we're given a table where the x's are as follows: 2, 2, 2, and 2, and the y's are 0, 1, 3, and 5. So to find the slope, we're just going to pick one ordered pair, like let's use 2, 1. And then let's use another one, like 2, 5. 2, 1, and 2, 5. So our ordered pairs are 2, 1, and 2, 5. So we have our x1 and our y1 and our x2 and y2. Let's write out our formula. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So our formula is going to yield us M equals 5 minus 1 over 2 minus 2, which will give us 4 over 0, and we can't divide by 0, so the slope of the ordered pairs represented by the table is undefined, or just UND for short. Let's take a look at our next example. Alright, so the graph shows how much water is in a reservoir at different times. We need to find the slope of the line and then tell what the slope represents. So first, let's write out our slope formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, we have two ordered pairs given in the graph. We have the ordered pair 2, 3,000, and we have the ordered pair 60, 2,000. So let's write out those ordered pairs. Alright, so let's call 20 our x1, so 3,000 is our y1. 60 is our x2, 2,000 is our y2. So we can plug some values into our formula. M will equal 2,000 take away 3,000 all over 60 minus 20. Well, 2,000 minus 3,000 is negative 1,000. 60 take away 20 is 40. Now we can divide this. We can get rid of a 0 on the top and the bottom. And then negative 100 divided by 4 will give us a slope of negative 25. So that's one part of the question, was to actually find the slope. And our slope is negative 25. The other part was to then tell what the slope represents. So the slope of negative 25 means that the amount of water in the reservoir is decreasing at a rate of 25,000 cubic feet each hour. Alright, we're almost done. Let's look at our last example. So we're going to find the slope from an equation. We're given the equation 6x minus 5y equals 30. Our first step is to find the x-intercept. So remember from our last lesson, to do that, we're going to plug 0 in for y and solve for x. So we have 6x minus 5 times 0 equals 30. Well, 5 times 0 is 0. So we've got 6x minus 0 equals 30. And 6x minus 0 is just 6x. 6x equals 30. To find x, we have to divide both sides by 6. And x is equal to 5. So we know we have one ordered pair. That is 5, 0, our x-intercept. Now we can do step 2, which is to find our y-intercept. And remember, to do that, we're going to plug 0 in for x and then solve for y. So we have 6 times 0 minus 5y equals 30. Well, 6 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 5y is equal to 30. Well, 0 minus 5y is just negative 5y. So we have negative 5y equals 30. And now to solve for y, we can divide by negative 5. So y is equal to negative 6, which means we have another ordered pair, 0, negative 6, our y-intercept. Now we can move on to step 3. So let's just remember that our slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. So we have the ordered pairs 5, 0 and 0, negative 6. So let's just call 5, 0 our x1, y1, and 0, negative 6 our x2, y2. So we're going to plug those into the formula. M is going to equal negative 6 take away 0 over 0 take away 5. Well, negative 6 minus 0 is just negative 6. And 0 minus 5 is negative 5. Negative 6 divided by negative 5 can simply just simplify to a positive 6 over a positive 5. So our slope is 6 over 5, or 6/5. So that wraps up lesson 5.4 on the slope formula. For tomorrow, I want you to do the your turn problems in your guided notes. See you later.